Hello and guten Tag. Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 and my playthrough as Germany. We have the new DLC, and so we're trying out the new German focus tree, which now has an alternate branch, so you don't have to be kind of stuck with the typical run-through of historical Germany. Now, they also adjusted the Japanese focus tree, and I think that's, well, obviously much for the better, because a lot of the original nations, except for I think France and Britain, had focus trees where they were really, I guess even Britain, although I guess they're kinda neutral. You can't really like split up the Commonwealth or anything. It's all just not a whole lot in policies, I guess. But and then France, but Germany, Italy, Russia, Japan, and even the United States kind of had the problem where they were basically fixed on their historical roots. Basically, if you just went through the focus tree normally, you could try to tweak them to change it, but a lot of the focuses just wouldn't make sense then. Like I found in my Italy campaign that it just really seemed to throw it out of whack. So it is nice to see these alternate routes, and it'll be interesting to explore them to see what happens. And so we have the German military junta, which should hopefully change as we become more democratic. But we'll have to. Yeah. Oh, the German Reich. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Weird. Okay. So let's keep this running. Oh, okay. Treaty of Königsberg. I guess I had stopped it before we got to this point. So we annexed the German Reich. So we shouldn't have. Yeah, we don't have any subjects or Nazi leadership captured. Long last, we have freed our country from the grip of our enemies, and those loyal citizens who rose up to support our cause may now finally return to their home. As a nation, we may begin the long and arduous process of rebuilding our nation. The country's leadership. Okay. In turn, oh, okay, that's comma. Country's leadership in turn is free to begin looking ahead at what might come in the future. Democracy, or a return to the old monarchy. One last thing remains to be taken care of, however. At the end of the Civil War, our troops have managed to capture a large group of the Nazi leadership. Now there only remains the decision of what to do with this unsavory part of our recent history. So we can basically hang them or imprison them for life. Okay, so we gain a little bit of stability. Not that we really need it. Reduces the popularity of fascist Landsturm Regiment, which I think is probably. Yeah, I think. Oh, that must have been like the militias or whatever that the Nazis might have gathered up. Okay, so here we get some political power. Fascists gain 5%. Okay, so now honestly, I think hang them is probably the more prudent decision. But we can actually ban fascism. So I'm actually going to try this. It might unlock some things further down, so we'll have to see. German Civil War ends. The civil war that has racked Germany has now come to an end. Fighting was extraordinarily intense, with fanatical resistance by the Nazis, causing devastation on a scale reminiscent of the Great War. It appears Hitler is dead. Oh, but is he? Might have saved his brain. The Nazi leadership is imprisoned or executed. Well, we imprisoned them. The provisional government has now announced that it is necessary to secure their hold over the state and ensure the return of stability to the nation before there can be any thought of embarking on a process of constitutional reforms. So basically we're under military leadership, which is alright as long as they, you know, don't, are willing to relinquish their hold. So, okay, we got political power. Let's see. Can we ban it? Oh, less than 47. Okay, so alright, let's try raiding them. Let's see if we can looks like, yeah, there's still a sizable chunk. Okay, so now we can actually start working on some of our research. So we have the industrial, electronics, refining. Now, I think industrial is usually the best route, but I think right now I want to take synthetic research just so we can try to quickly ramp up our civilian or synthetic refineries. Because unlike a lot of playthroughs, we're probably not going to be conquering a lot. I guess if we go to war against Russia, but I really want to try to work on becoming self-sufficient with oil and rubber, so take that. Yeah, and oh, okay, just our bombers. Oh, they actually sunk a destroyer. That actually went pretty well. Okay, so what are we working on? Oh, we're actually building our refineries, and then we're repairing a whole bunch of stuff. Got our factories all set up, and we're even training new guys. Okay, so let's let it run, and we can try to reorganize our military here.
Alright.
So, National Defense Force. That's all we have left? Weird. Because I'm sure we had more than this in the Civil War. I wonder if they disbanded. I wonder if some of those guys were just, like, essentially volunteer militia fighters that we got. So that's interesting. Okay, we'll keep you there, and we'll put you on the border there. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't look like we'll be able to do anything for Danzig. If we had gone the monarchy route, there is a focus where you can negotiate for Danzig. And then, okay, we got a bunch of these. Okay, we'll keep you guys here. See if we can, nope. We want to combine you guys. Merge them. Okay, put you guys over here. One of these guys close air support, so we'll just keep it here. We got our field hospital. Okay, we can add that in, and mechanical computing. Okay, so, not sure if I want to go for that. Okay, now this sounds crazy, but 2 years? Okay, so we'll get Tigers in 1939 as opposed to 1941, so I'm gonna go try to get those. And thought there was, oh, it's industry or whatever has 37. So we'll get second level of our better industry here. Okay.
Befehle!
What are these guys? Okay, so everybody's
Achtung!
well trained. Army Innovations 2. The lessons learned at our facilities in the USSR will allow us to further improve our doctrines and equipment. However, this time we will keep the advances to ourselves. Okay, so yeah, these are all medium tanks. Okay, probably Reichs Autobahn. Okay, we'll get some, get that free refinery.
Angetreten!
Oh, these guys have, so we'll put you guys in there.
Bereit zum Ausrücken!
Just, you guys garrison that area. And then we'll have the rest of these guys join there. Polish-Romanian alliance. Ooh. Poles and Romanians have announced a renewed commitment to each other's defense. Although good relations have existed between the two nations for well over a decade now, today's announcement indicates that a policy of mutual defense is increasingly dominating military planning in both in Poland and in Romania. So they might be working. I wonder if Poland has their... Oh no, the Hindenburg went down. Okay, so Poland quite hasn't... Oh, and the Axis has been disbanded. Be interesting. I wonder if Italy will be stuck with going for theirs, and Japan will have to use their own, I think. I kind of doubt they can join the Axis if there is no Axis. And the Spanish Civil War is still going on, and it does seem like a bit more balanced now. I think my last test game, the Republicans looked like they were about to win, so we'll have to see if that turns. Look, fortification focus. Polish military. Games of the 11th Olympiad. Oh, good thing we got that Civil War over and done with. That would have been a bit awkward if we're in the middle of a civil war and we had the Olympic Games. Ooh, transpolar flights. See, Russia is still, like, I guess you have to expect, well, because they're the main communist force. Would be interesting still to see them have a little bit different branch, but oh well. I think they're down on the list because honestly, thinking about what other national focuses, although you know, there are probably enough mods for almost any country now, but you know, some areas that would be interesting would be, of course, the Scandinavian areas and the Baltic here. Could even have some of these, like, have kind of mini focus trees like the Chinese warlords have. And then the 4 Scandinavian countries. I also think, like, in the Middle East here, like Afghanistan, Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia. Like, I've been working on a mod for Iraq, and the history in this area is actually quite interesting in the interwar area. There could even be some Indonesian elements, or of course there's the South American countries. But so there's still a fair amount that can be done, and it will be interesting to see exactly what happens. Oh darn it, I could have checked that we got oh well, I forgot about that. So okay, we got rid of our that MIFO things or whatever. Let's see. Well, we can have, yeah, let's have promises of peace and raise our stability a bit. It'll reduce this war support, but certainly, look, it's so high that we really have to worry about that. Let's actually crank this up to 4. Oh yeah, and we can get our field hospitals in here. And I think I adjusted this a little bit. Probably eventually clear this out. Actually, let's remove that. Add one in there. There we go. We're getting heavier panzer divisions. Well, that'll mean we need... Oh, not too bad. So, one of those. We're gonna see if we can trade for chromium, because we really need it. See if we can get it from Turkey. I'm loath to trade for stuff with our potential rivals, just because we'd be giving them civilian factories that they could, you know, use to boost up their own industry. So we kind of don't want to do that. Okay, we're still working on. I'll be fine having my civilian factories build this stuff up. We really need to get that done. Okay, we got excavation 1, which will help eventually. So yeah, let's get rubber processing. Research. Amelia Earhart disappears. That's too bad. Okay, so we're gonna get Panzer IIIs in a month. So switch from Panzer IIs, and that'll certainly help our forces. Not exactly, because, well, I guess we'll have to. Yeah, it'll be switching over. Really need to get this efficiency increase. Well, that's what we're working on. Logistics. Okay, so yeah, we're down in motorized and heavy tanks, but got a surplus of everything else. Germany is lacking in oil, and so we must redouble our efforts in the field of synthetic oil. Okay, so now let's have a look. Okay, secure the new state. We'll get that done and be on our way to democracy. Because yeah, we got Militärregierung. Levy en masse. Yeah, defensive forces. Seems like they're probably going to go down the historical route, I imagine. Let's have a look at what the Dominions are up to. I know British India often seems to break free. They're working on their military. Although, of course, with a peaceful Germany, it's going to be rather different. Okay, we got our Panzer IIIs. Could even try to get Panzer IVs, but yeah, these aren't too. Yeah, we'll get this one, and then if we ever get bonus to infantry weapons, that'll be applied to. Okay, so what's China up to? Well, they're going with the British. I imagine this is probably mostly historical. And Japan. Hey, coal liquefaction. Okay. So it looks like they're probably going. Yeah, this is the standard route, I think. Although it is interesting, like before in Japan, you pretty much had to instigate the Marco Polo incident to continue on much further. But now it's kind of off on a branch on its own, so you could actually try to ignore China altogether, which is interesting. And then you can, you know, focus on more of a naval kind of route, which I think is probably really good, because then you're not focused with having this war on the mainland, and you can just focus purely on naval forces if you wanted to. I think that's quite interesting. Yeah, so we could have like Philippines and Siam, but then since these are still puppets, you could still have focus trees for them. Because like I did my focus tree for Egypt, which was interesting, and so these guys are still, and there's actually I think this might just have, oh okay, Menguko, Menguko, yeah, it's just the national normal one, but Manchukuo actually has kind of an interesting focus tree that I'd probably try to, oh no wait, this is okay, yeah, I think this is kind of standard Chinese. I don't know if it's like the Warlord, but pretty similar to the Chinese one. But then you have this, since you're a puppet of the Japanese, you have either obedience or assertiveness. So you could try to break out on your own, which I think might be interesting to try. Yeah, this is the internal politics. Yeah, it's kind of a mini one, so it's kind of probably a, well, one that's it's a generic focus tree, but specifically for this territory, which I think is pretty okay. So yeah, it's because Menkuku one I think pretty much follows this one. Secure the new state. Okay, here we go. In light of the civil war that formed it, the provisional government lacks strength. We must ensure that it is secured and cannot be easily overthrown. So we get clamped down on fascism, you know, political power, and a bit more space stability. So we can pick another designer. Captain of industry would be nice. If we have, is there any repair? Industrialist. Oh, a lot of these guys, yeah, they're Nazis, so we probably lose a lot. Yeah, you can't get Goebbels, Himmler, Todt, Speer. Well, I guess you can still have Speer. But okay, yeah, get that refinery speed. Partial mobilization, limited exports, limited conscription. Okay, so we have 1 million. And we want to get our new... Okay, so... Don't want to go down the Kaiserreich, so we're going to go with this one. Hungary renounces Treaty of Trianon. Renounced the treaty imposed by Allied powers after the Great War. Okay, so yeah, it looks like they're going to be going fascist, so it'll be interesting to see what happens to them. Might have to fight Hungary. Claims on Yugoslavia. So that's interesting. They, yeah, no wait. Yeah, they won't be able to get this one, I'm pretty sure. They'll have to go Italy first. Huh. It'll be interesting to see what they do. This would be kind of dumb, but they'll be able to go. Oh, befriend Turkey, befriend Greece. That'll be interesting. Or war with Greece. Go after France. And then they might even try the Spanish down. Although they would have to. Spanish fascists will have to win. Well, looks like they're turning it around. What is expand Gladi shipyards? Poland first. Looks like they're probably gonna start their own faction. Oh yeah, Mitsumorzi. That'll be interesting. See what okay, so they're coming down. Haha. Anti-fascist diplomacy, but we're not fascist anymore. Interesting if they go anti-capitalist diplomacy, although I rarely see them go down that route. Rubber processing. Now it's interesting, I want to check here. Okay, so weird, because before you'd have to keep building new levels of synthetic refineries. Now this, it looks like it just gives bonuses, so interesting. And that's really cheap with the bonus we have. Interesting what Czechoslovakia does. Trust in the West. Okay, so probably join the Allies, but they might not. Yeah, let's keep on. Oh, construction speed. That'll be nice. And well, factory repair speed. Okay, we're almost done here. So we can start. Oh, that's interesting because while we were at war, we had that one where we could basically take over some land or whatever, and claim it for the government so that we could build stuff on it. But now I think it's gone. Yeah, we don't really need any more stability. So that's interesting. Be interesting to be in a more unstable country, possibly, and then try to do that. Like, probably in some of these lesser. Not sure what the 66. I think when I was playing Egypt, they often had a problem with stability. 65. So yeah, some of these you might be more inclined to try to boost up your stability that way. Ooh. So once we get those tigers, we'll be able to engineer them. Oh, lots of air experience too. I should be I think I got all of the 36 air technologies except for the high or heavy fighter, so I don't really need to upgrade that. What am I building then? Okay, the 109, the Stuka, and Heikel 111. Okay. Oh, poor guy. Nobody. Oh. There we go. Like some of them. Crude oil processing, because that was really cheap. Oh yeah, normally it's 200 days. Well, that's ahead of time, so. What else do we have? Okay, oh yeah, another new thing is they have these special forces. Now before you could have all of these special forces, and they haven't changed that, but you could just build whatever you wanted. But so now it can only be a certain percentage of your military force. And so going through this tree gives your special forces some special abilities, or like I think this one you have expanded, so you can have more special forces units. This one it just makes the ones you have special or better, and so then you have acclimatization benefits and supply benefits. So yeah, it would be nice to have some paratroopers. Well, I've never used them before, so kind of. Anti-tank. Oh, okay, yeah. Doctrine. You can always research doctrines. So, what are we stalled on here? Oh, we need trucks. Where's our trucks? Okay, we don't need as many guns. It looks like, oh, we're just a little bit short on oil, but that's just hurting our... couple years, we'll get our battleships finished. Where is our fleet? Is it ever all here? Oh well. Re-establish free elections. Okay, we will make a return to democratic ideals by reinstating free elections to be held at a point in the near future. Synthetic rubbery. Oh, synthetic rubber. Oh, and then we get the extra research slot, so that'll actually be nice. Cryer's only one of them. So what's the next one on our one here? Oh, what do we need? Oh, okay, so we have to boost up popularity, and so that'll take a while. Or factory repair speed. Honestly, we're almost repaired our training time. Okay, we could probably leave that. So let's try to get the extra research slot. Put donuts in there. Together there. 37, so it's not, is it increasing? No, it's going down. What? Oh, okay. Okay, so it's going up, but apparently that's bad for us, so alright. Okay, yeah, we do have a democratic reformer. I still haven't paused, of course. Oh! Those cursed Italians always starting wars. Wow, it's still kind of hanging in the balance. Because I think, historically, the Spanish Civil War lasted until 1939, so it really shouldn't be over in a few months, so we'll have to see what Italy is doing. Modernizing its army. Oh. Wow. Okay. So I can try getting some of these panzer groups. Okay, so this is the special. Huh. Interesting. What? these like... Example names, huh? Interesting. Yeah, well, we're not going monarchist, so... Huh. I don't know if that's just for setting names. Okay, so how are we going here? Well, it's going up, so let's actually get... No, not a ship designer. Want a tank designer. Now, honestly, I think having the speed and reliability is probably best. That armor is sure tempting. Okay. We'll take the Porsche designs. What's Poland up to? This between the seas concept. Have they got their... No? Huh. Now, yeah, see, unfortunately the thing with having Germany the peaceful one is that it's kind of a peaceful game. Oh, they are going anti-capitalist diplomacy. Huh. Interesting. I wonder if they'll go against the claim the Straits. Interesting. I'd like to see them try to go at war with the Allies. Yeah, we've got our synthetic rubber, we got our improved infantry equipment. What is this? 377 days. Scrap. We want our half tracks. Been going on in China. You'd think China would be fighting it out. Where are they? Down there. First Air Fleet. Gotta get that decryption up so we can see what's going on. Mission to Germany. Interesting. Okay, oh yeah, because we're turning... Well, we're not fascist anymore. Large-scale motorization in aviation requires large amounts of rubber, of which we own no sources. We must improve the way we create it synthetically. So, okay, each synthetic refinery you get +2 rubber. That's a Chinese one. We don't want that. We want extra research slot. Military factories, huh? To build up our bomber fleet. I suppose we can trade one more. We're building convoy? They're clearly attempting to threaten the German military junta. Poles and Italians, these guys are always the troublemakers. What do we got now? Oh, we can ban fascism. Oh, but we don't have the points. We only have 2 points. Never mind. It's a problem when these come up and they only have. I guess it has 2 selections there. So, fortification effort. Working on their fleet. What's France up to? Support the left. Oh, they might actually be going... Yeah, they're going communist. We might have to fight them after all.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Guys. Gonna be the bastion against communism. Yeah, I don't have the resolution on right so that I can see these guys. Oh, they're only has 12. I really need to buff these guys up. What do we have here? I'll stick a field hospital in there. We want to beat motorized army. These slow foot travelers. Also an interesting in the... Where do we got? I think one of these. Bypass Maginot in the south, because normally it's in the north, but here you get a war goal against Switzerland, which is rather interesting. That's like the one time I've seen Switzerland get into got our elastic defense. Ooh, now we have to decide Blitzkrieg or mobile infantry, but probably do Blitzkrieg, but I'm actually going to switch over and start working on our aerial. There are, if you go through all of those doctrine trees, you end up with a lot of bonuses. It's just you have to. Yeah, see. Now it's clear. It's raining over here though, because I'm interested to see how often there's bad weather. Just for that bad weather. Yeah, up in the north. Got some lightning over here. Okay, now we can ban fascism. Take that. Get out of here. Chromium. Well, we don't want our tanks, although I think it's mostly just the big ships. And
Ihre Befehle?
Just entirely precautionary measures, you know. Extra research slot. Our industrial expansion and other recent advances might allow us to conduct more R&D in parallel. Okay, so we can now do the monarchy compromise. So now we won't be a military junta anymore. And we got another... So might as well... Left ascendant in France. Following close to 2 decades of political turmoil, the people of France feel they have yet to regain what was lost in the Great War. French have set their sights on reconstructing the French state with her people and for her people. These new political reforms enable the flourishing of worker unions and communist organizations. If France continues down this path, they are set for a political realignment towards the far left, or even a full-scale revolution. Oh, they're actually going to help out. That's kind of cool. Our construction, we still got our excavation bonuses, so we might as well use that. That cheap. Oh yeah, they're still fighting in France. Or Spain. So France had better hurry up with that intervention. What's Italy working on? Well, as I said, I don't think they'll go here, so not sure if they need to work on those deciphering tools. Foreign bombers. Nope. More factories. Okay. We're gonna need more trucks. Although honestly, we're gonna be switching over to half tracks in several months. Less than a year till we get tigers. Let's see how long this has been going on. I'm not sure how many people might not like hour-long videos, but I don't know. For me, I kind of prefer them. If I tried to do a half-an-hour episode, it would seem like I'd almost get nothing done, but... So... Okay, oh, dockyards. We must have finished our battleship. Just finish you off. Who's over here? What? Okay, I'm confused. Okay, so I'll merge those together. What's over here? No, I don't want you there. It's not what I wanted. Oh, battleships, there we go. That fleet. Oh, raining again. Dive bombing. These are pretty quick, and they give us nice ground support bonuses. So I could increase some of these. Fighters and tactical bombers. Aren't you getting replaced by Heinkel's? Now, I gotta figure out... oh yeah. Oh. Okay, there we go. Let's It's my transport planes and my bombers. No, that's my. What are these? Oh. Okay, so these two can merge. There. Messerschmitt. Naval bombers. Merge you guys together. Merge you up to 100. Okay. There we go. Tactical bombers. So I'll move you down here. Wanting to click on the picture. Move you down here. Just you. Oh, of course I could have unpaused all of that. Foreign bombers. Monarchy compromise. The military that fought for our freedom from Nazi tyranny have clear royalist leanings. To ensure their satisfaction with the path the nation is taking, must make a compromise and allow the return of the monarchy. Okay, so, politics will change. Zentrum Wilhelm III to grant stability +5. Wow. Okay. So good. Great Red Menace. Reverse brain date. Wow. Huh. I wonder if we can get 6. Oh wow. And we can get a bunch of okay, now we're democratic. We can okay, let's grab that. I would have thought they would have a limit on how many research slots, but apparently we can get up to 6. Okay, public opposes rearmament. The upcoming election support for Zentrum is still high, the people having confidence in Konrad Adenauer's leadership. However, the party's pursuit of increasing Germany's focus on military matters has not been entirely popular with the public, with a significant segment of the citizens considering this ill-advised jingoism. War is yet to reach our border, and few would like to see Germany take aggressive action. Cooperating with other major parties who share our concerns for the safety of the nation, we will still be able to rule after the election, albeit with diminished support. Okay, ow. Now, I imagine this would probably be, fine. Our stability is way up there, and our war support is above 50%, but I'm going to take this route just so appease the people a bit. Realize European unity. Though the concept of politically unified Europe has only gained any semblance of traction in the past few decades, our recent conquest of the most powerful continental European nation. What? Presents us with this unexpected reality. Perhaps a restructuring of the nation is required to take full advantage of the opportunity it offers us. Huh. Jeez. Huh. Wow. Okay, so if you, So if you conquer basically all of Western Europe, you can, form the European Union. That's pretty amusing. Haha! We could actually go to partial mobilization again. Suckers. But actually, theorist. Oh, that'll be nice. Oh, yeah, then we can imagine boosting that with, what was it? Henschel? Wow, yeah. Dive bomber. Huh. Not a big fan of Ernst Dudet anyways. Ooh. Yeah, would be nice that extra bonus, but I think this armor max speed bonus is probably better. Okay, we got excavation 2, and it is 1938. So we can. It's interesting. I don't think these were limited by years, because I remember thinking to myself, "Oh, I'll just you know, grind them up." But I think I'll go for a signal company, just because boost the recovery rate. Initiative? Okay, yeah. Alright. Oh, what have we got? Expand the Red Fleet. Oh yeah, it looks like they're coming down here. Wonder if they'll be heading south. Yeah, because actually when I tried once playing as the Soviets, I was most interested in going down this route to kind of ignore Germany, because I knew that would be a tough fight, and then just try to claim all this territory. We shall see. Oh, and we got a new leader here, Konrad Adenauer. We got our German flag. What are we called now? Oh, just Germany. So we have the Allies, Zemordzi, and Comintern. Sure be interesting to see what Italy and did they actually? Oh yeah, Greater East Asian Co-Prosperity Sphere. Kind of like. Did they have the Japanese name for the No, not that. They had a Japanese name for it. Rolled off the tongue a little bit easier. What's Italy up to? Special Forces, huh? Still haven't gone Italy first. Wonder if they've done that. Usually they try to send. Oh, did France finish there? This rhetoric. Have to see if they join commentary. Most likely, it's probably heavily weighted to this area. But have they turned communist yet? Oh, yeah, it looks like. What are they called? Still France. Oh, looks like nationalist Spain took it. Got our armored spearhead. Oh wow, we still get bonuses. Those will keep on cracking. Although, what was their... Not planes. Oh yeah! We want our computing machines. So we can figure out what these guys are up to. End of the Spanish Civil War. Well, a little bit earlier than usual. Or historical. That'll be interesting to see what Italy does. Be cool if they ally with Spain. Oh yeah, we have these attachés. Interesting, I'll have to try that. Fourth International. Oh, there's pretty good. Wonder if we can, let's start boosting party popularity in Austria. State-controlled industry. We must rid ourselves of the fickle influences of private capitalists. Therefore, we will form an industrial conglomerate under our control to oversee growth in the mining and steel sectors, as this will form the backbone of our military industry. So, got a bunch of civilian factories from that. Could do that and get a whole bunch more. I think we need that. Oh, can't do that anymore. Oh well. Alright, so let's have a look at naval rearmament. I don't know if we need to. I'm still kind of surprised this Plan Z can be blocked. Like, if you wanted to go down here, you'd basically lose out on all of these, which is kind of strange. But, oh well. Okay, Great Red Menace. See if we can get down to our. Got anything new? Promises of peace. Yeah, there we go. Japan declared war. Oh, finished our ship. So, let's have a couple making convoys. And then, ooh, that looks cute. Cool. Is there still Marco Polo Bridge incident. Kriegsmarine. Oh, wonder how that'll kick off. Shaanxi, okay. Let's group those all up together. Click patrol fleet. If we have a good sub guy. Good at retreating. Oh well. Ooh, direct ground support. Okay. Well, these are cheaper than usual. So we can either have fighter aces. Now, I'm not quite sold on how good fighter aces are. So I'll just have air superiority bonuses. France is still France. They're still democratic. I'm kind of surprised. They might start a civil war soon. Let's see how this war is going. Oh, it looks like they're pushing in Kuko. Yeah, it really depends how their naval landings go. This always seems to turn into a grind, but they can land here and here, take Nanjing quick. I wonder what China's up to. I wonder if they'll automatically form into their whole thing there. Dark training going. Just waiting on. Oh, geez, we need those. Declared war on communist China. Ooh, what? Okay, that's weird. So communist China joined Japan. Interesting, and not the Soviet Union. Weird. Still getting ready. Evil fascists. Good thing we kicked them out of Germany. Really won't get that. Yeah, basically we're just going through the third, establish free elections, fascism, autarky, general staff. Well, I think I'll just run through this next where's Spain? Much convoy tactics. Who knows what they're going to do now? Great Red Menace. Our actions in the previous war are still in recent memory with many. We must refocus the fears of the continent on the true danger. Great communist threat that looms in the east. We will begin a massive propaganda campaign to open the eyes of the continent. World tension increases. Okay. Sweden, Luxembourg, Belgium, and 13 others. Holy smokes. So we reduce. Interesting. Okay, so they get negative communist support and increased democracy support. Interesting. Oh, bulwark against bullshit. Oh, I have to get that one. And then I'd have to get that. Oops. Okay, so I'll have to go down here. Anything else I can do? Work on that. That'll be interesting. Atlantic Wall, Ostwall. This actually might be Minsk. What? Huh. Okay, so we have to be like holding half of Russia to get that. So well, might as well continue on with the Air Force. But anyways, I think that'll be it for now. Not much happened in this one. We basically been rebuilding our military and working on our research. It's been seeing. Oh, France has finally gone to French Commune, so they must have been peacefully switched over. That's interesting. Romania? No. I haven't joined anybody yet. Estonia joined the Mitsimorzi. And the war in China is kicked off, so it'll be interesting. You know, we still have several months until, you know, World War II would have officially kicked off, so we'll have to see what Italy is doing. Oh. Pressures nationalist Spain. Germany speaks out against the Soviet Union. The German government has stepped up its rhetoric against the Soviet Union, warning that Europe's eastern neighbor is a great red menace that looms over the continent. Whether it is fear-mongering or has a basis in fact is disputed, but it certainly seems like the Germans are aiming to unite the continent against the East. Okay, so befriend Bulgaria. Okay, so now they're moving down here. So we might see them next episode go towards Italy first. So, we still haven't gotten our own faction. But hopefully it'll work out in the next episode. I have to go through a few more national focuses. But I hope you'll join me for that one, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. And so I'd like to say thank you and goodbye.